Did you guys hear that Zoom is free? It's taking away the time limit on things.
Oh, really? When are they?
All right. Hey, everybody. I hope you get a chance to watch us. We're playing Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm Game Master Dave. This is my wife, Game Master Ginger. And that is Anna over there. She is our keeper. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Hey, all right. So our keeper. So we've actually played a session or two already. So Anna's going to give us the rundown of what we've done so far. All right. Take it away, Anna.
Okay. So if you recall, because it has been some time, you all were invited here for various reasons by Dr. Aldous Brewer to come and tour his sanitarium, which is on a remote island off the coast of New England. And you were ferried over from the mainland by Ebenezer, the ferryman and general handyman of the island, who gave you some sort of insights into what's going on over there. He said that essentially Dr. Brewer runs his sanatorium, and it's mostly for wealthy patients where their families want to stick them when they don't want to deal with their various mental ailments. But because his sanatorium is doing very well financially, Dr. Brewer is in a position also to take on some, shall we say, pro bono clients. So he has some charity cases that he's been trying some experimental new therapies on. And so a couple of you as psychotherapists or psychiatrists are coming in a professional capacity. We have a journalist coming ostensibly just to do a fluff piece, but what he's really hoping to get is a hard-hitting sort of journalism piece. We have an actress coming for the purpose of studying, basically doing method acting. So she's going to be studying the place. And then we have Dr. Brewer's nephew is on, basically is injured and he's on medical leave. He's coming to the island as a sort of R&R. So you went to the house where you were immediately accosted by who turned out to be a patient. You subdued him easily, and then you met who turned out to be another patient. Her name was Blanche, as you later learned, and she's an older woman. And as you learned throughout the course of the evening, it seems that she has been given charge of some of the day-to-day running of the household, and so she attempted to cook you dinner, although you ended up skipping dinner. And she also seems to have run of the house and seems to sort of know what the routine is of the rest of the patients. So you also ran into a silent young woman in the library who didn't wish to speak to you. I believe that you learned that patient's name was Darlene. You also found a non-zero number of dead bodies.
So far, I think.
Is that right? You have found 4 dead bodies, actually.
4.
Yeah. So in any event, so the first body you found was in the living room. That turned out to be the body of one of the nurses. Let me remind myself and you of her name, Catherine Ames. You then found the unfortunate Dr. Brewer in his office,
That's right.
who seemed to have been perhaps ritualistically murdered in a gruesome manner that I will not repeat.
Thank you.
Then you, what's that?
And I'm out for revenge now.
Yeah. Then you decided to
That's my uncle.
You decided to get the F out of Dodge, and so you tried to go back to the ferry where you found the body of unfortunate Ebenezer, who had been clubbed to death, apparently while he was trying to dry dock or put the ferry in the boathouse, and the ferry has been scuttled. So you no longer have the boat available as an avenue of escape. And then finally, when you came back to the house and started exploring, and you made it to You made it as far as the upper, or I should say the ground floor patient wing. And you found a sort of sign in and out sheet. So you have some idea of the names of the patients that are in this wing. And in that reception area, you found your fourth dead body, which would be Bobby Birch, another nurse who had his neck broken. And then where we left off was that you were just about to say goodnight to Blanche. You had found Blanche in her room, and she was quite willingly, she was mad at you at first for missing her meal because she had spent a lot of time cooking it, but Mumsy managed to use her psychoanalytical skills to settle her down, and so she's friendly with you again, and she's been answering some of your questions.
However, her door is not closed until 10 p.m.
She's made that very clear. The other thing I should remind you of is that you did a cursory but not a full search of Dr. Brewer's office. I think you were in a rush at the time, so you did not open the file cabinets or search the files, but you did manage to find a set of keys. And each of you has successfully armed yourself with some sort of weapon. One of you has a gun. I'm not sure which one of you took the gun, but then some of you have like a, I think, a machete or
Velvet has
I have one.
kitchen chef's knife or whatever.
Right. So
I think
you
Mumsy has a pencil or something crazy like a sharpened pencil.
So you have keys.
They say it's mightier than a sword.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
You have keys, and what was the other thing that I was about to say and I forgot? Oh, also, right now you're all being plagued by the constant sound of crying, which is coming from somewhere close by. And Blanche has complained to you that if you don't go and see that patient and get her meds, that everyone's going to be very upset because the crying is only going to get worse. And so I'm happy to pick up in Blanche's room if there's anything else, if you want to refresh yourselves or ask any other questions. It's about 9:45 in the evening. It is dark. You ate some snacks that you found in the pantry, but you did not eat the food that was left out for you.
No. Because it
So
is
you're
poisoned.
probably a little bit hungry.
It is poisoned.
So is it when I know that the sight of poor Bobby, what must have been very distracting, but is it obvious to us where the medications are?
From Blanche's room? Or are you asking if you saw medications on the way through?
Right, on the way through.
You did not notice anything like that.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Well, I think the doctors should take care of that. And I think we should leave Blanche's room so we don't get murdered.
I think we should try to lock her in, but I'm afraid to say anything out loud in front of her.
What was that, Byron?
I think that's probably wise.
What's that? Which one?
To leave. This one isn't exactly super stable.
If we
that's just
knew
my
which
personal opinion. But,
yes, and well spoken.
But I am a psychologist.
Yes, you are.
And Dr. Mumsy agrees. Yeah, it's too bad we don't know which key is her room, because I would just lock her in right now.
I feel like Blanche told you last session that the room keys are very prominently labeled. And so the rooms have numbers and the keys ought to have numbers on them as well.
Ooh.
But Blanche reminds you that her bedtime is 10 p.m. as are the bedtime of the rest of the hospitals. So you better not turn that key before 10 p.m., she says.
Right. I'm not going to try to discuss this with young Jimmy.
Blanche, I'd just like to ask, can you lock your own door, or does someone else have to lock it?
No, the nurses lock us all in at 10 o'clock. I mean, it's Bobby's shift, so he should be coming around to do it. But it seemed to me he was asleep when I passed him. So
he certainly is.
So maybe you're gonna have to do it. I see you have the keys.
Yes, and
that's fine. We'll lock you in.
Dr. Reynolds and I will take care of the meds.
Yeah, please go deal with her soon, because none of us is going to get any sleep.
Blanche, do you have any medicine to take?
Not unless I want to.
Oh, if you want to, where's your medicine?
Oh, all the medicine is in Dr. Brewer's office, but I don't have that key.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Mhm.
interesting.
Ding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I go out into the hallway. Let's leave Blanche alone. I motion for
Okay.
everybody to come out into the hallway.
Shall we
Blanche,
investigate the crying?
The woman who's crying.
Clark, what was that?
so I just wanted to ask Blanche before we leave. Do you
Mhm.
happen to know if any of Dr. Brewer's patients are dangerous in any way?
Oh, well, I mean, this young lady here was attacked by Mr. Hawkins. He is a pretty unpleasant fellow.
Is that Leonard?
Leonard Hawkins, yes. But I put him back in his room. He's back in his room now.
Is he locked in his room?
I did lock him in because he was very naughty.
Oh,
He should not have attacked you. You're Dr. Brewer's guest.
that's true.
No, I mean, the ones downstairs are a little weird, but I've never had any trouble with any of them. Leonard Hawkins is really the most unpleasant one. Alan is a little bit like I wouldn't say he's dangerous, but all of the ones downstairs are a little weird, but everyone up here is, it's just that Mrs. Randolph, she just needs her medication because she's not dangerous. She's just really, really annoying.
Who are the ones that are down here? Where's down here?
Is that the basement?
Yeah, the basement. We up here are the ones whose family have the money.
Right.
Dr. Brewer's charity cases are in the basement now. I don't like to gossip, but our rooms up here are a little bit nicer. You'll see that we all have private bathrooms. Downstairs, they don't. They still have very nice rooms, don't get me wrong. Everyone is treated very well here, and we all eat dinner together as a family. I've said that before. But because, my kids, all they want is to get their hands on my money, but they won't get it from me in here. But the rest of us up here, we have the nicer rooms. And generally, we're easier. The ones, as I said, the ones downstairs, Dr. Brewer chose to take those on. They're odd. But aside from Leonard occasionally attacking a young woman, we don't get a lot of trouble.
Well, Blanche, we saw that, but we also noticed that Bobby was sleeping, so it might take us a moment, but, Dr. Reynolds and I will make sure Catherine gets her medicine.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the alert.
Can we go now?
Yes, we
Farewell, darling. How's that for now?
10 o'clock, don't forget.
Yep. We got 12 minutes before we lock her in.
12 minutes. I think we should do it right now.
No. She said 10 o'clock.
Oh, cool.
No.
All right.
Bedtime is not 9:48. Bedtime is 10 o'clock.
Yes. Let's go down the hallway a little bit and talk down the hallway.
Okay, how about we could start with the medication?
Yes. Okay. Now we're down the hallway a little bit.
Okay,
I'm following, yes.
the crying has gotten louder.
The medicine apparently is in Dr. Brewer's office. I suggest we go back in there. The two docs work on the medicine, work on the crying, take the keys, give the medicine to the person. Me and Clark, I suggest we search Dr. Brewer's office as much as we can.
Velvet, please stay with us.
I agree.
That sounds like a plan.
In
Yeah,
case
I'll
that
stay with you, of
doctor.
It's always a good idea to split everybody up in these things. Let's do that.
No, I'm coming with y'all.
Okay.
I had this dream once where someone who looks like Clark went into a side room in an Egyptian tomb and just.
Oh yeah.
That was
Maybe that's from another life. That's crazy.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen to me.
Okay, let's stick together. Okay.
Sounds good. So I guess we go to the office.
Pardon?
Are we going to the office? You want to get the medication?
Just to remind everyone of the layout of the house that you have discovered so far. So the patient wing that you're in right now, you get to through a door that's sort of behind the sweeping grand staircase that's in the main foyer. So you will have to go back out past the reception area, through that door, and then up the stairs. And on the second floor, you've discovered the office is it's actually directly above the patient wing below it. In terms of like the house kind of is a T shape. So it has the front and then it has like a little bit of back. So yeah, you'll easily be able to find the office again. I'm just reminding you of the layout so you can.
Well, when we get into the lobby behind the closed door, I just want to say, guys, for their own safety, I think we should lock the patients in.
Oh, yes, definitely.
And for
Lock
ours,
away.
we have to come up with an excuse to go in and Dr. Blanche close the door and then lock her in right away because this is just not good.
So you're saying not wait the 11 more minutes?
Jimmy, who's in charge here?
Not.
You're letting the patients run the asylum here, Jimmy.
She seems very knowledgeable.
This is literally the patients running the asylum. Exactly.
I am just saying that I am afraid of what we will find if, when we go up to the doctor's office, find the medication, and come back down. I'm not saying that the poor patients shouldn't get. Well, I yield to the rest of you. What do you feel? This is my proposal.
I think if we lock that woman in there a minute before that she says, she's going to lose her mind.
That's what I'm thinking.
I agree with Dr. Reynolds.
I'm not thinking that's a good idea.
Okay, well, personally, I don't care if she loses her mind on the other side of a locked door, but I'm outvoted. Okay, let's head up to.
Well, at the first floor door heading into the patient hallway, we could leave a guard.
No, we should not.
Okay.
We should split up just like they do in the horror movies.
Okay.
No, I think we'll all go upstairs.
I think we should all go upstairs. Let's stay together. Let's stay together. I don't like those horror pictures. They're too nouveau.
Yeah, exactly.
Fine.
Don't worry, Velvet. Stick with me. I'll protect you.
Oh, thank you. Very, very kind of you, sir.
All right.
So I guess we're going.
Off we go to the doc's office.
I guess we're going up the stairwell, heading to the doc's.
Okay, you nothing of note happens. You get to the office. It is as you left it. The gruesome sight still greets you, but nothing seems to have been disturbed since you were last there. So, and now that you have recovered from the shock and have a little bit of an opportunity to look around, you do notice that there is a door on, as you come into the office, there's a door on your left that appears to be locked and closed. And again, just to remind.
Does it look like a full door or like a closet door that might?
Looks like a closet door. Looks like a closet. Yeah. I shouldn't have said it looks locked, but there you have it. And just to remind you of the state of the office, you have the unfortunate Dr. Brewer's quite gruesome remains on the floor. Dr. Mumpsy has obscured the symbol that had been drawn on his forehead, and then the rest of the office furniture has been sort of haphazardly pushed to the walls to make room for whatever ritual happened here. But there is a desk, some file cabinets, appears to be a safe, bookshelves. That's about it.
Okay, let's find that medicine.
Is it a combination? Combination save. Is it ajar?
No, it is closed. I will not say that it appears locked. Because
it's closed. The door is closed.
It's closed.
All right, docs. I think who's got the keys?
Let's go to the filing cabinet. The filing cabinet locked.
The keys, Jimmy. Don't you?
The filing cabinet is locked.
Anyone?
Who's got the keys? Jimmy, I thought you had the keys.
Well, here. I hand the keys to Byron. Jimmy hands the keys to Byron because he's got to get in the medicine cabinet.
Okay. Do any of the keys fit that filing cabinet?
You're looking for, yeah, you can easily find a very small key that looks like a filing cabinet key.
Let's
so you can open that up.
Key.
I finger my gun just in case something jumps out of that cabinet.
Let's weave through his files.
Inside the filing cabinet, okay, good. There's a few drawers.
Mm-hmm.
You can see very comprehensive files on patients. So
Okay.
I think now at this point, all of the names are going to be familiar to you because you have seen them, first of all, on the reception log, and secondly, Blanche has mentioned them.
Right.
And so you can find files on the following patients: Blanche Goddard Richmond, Henry Adam Barber III, Colonel Crandall Billings, Mrs. Carla Randolph, Alan Harding, Darlene, no last name, and Leonard Hawkins. And then in a separate drawer, you also see that there are much thinner files on names that you recognize as personnel.
Okay.
So there's a thin employee file on why don't all the nurses have their own list? Bobby, God, hold on.
Bobby Birch. May
Bobby
he rest
Birch,
in peace.
Catherine Ames, and then you also see a personnel file for Charles Johnson.
Okay. Let's start. I guess
Oh,
we
yes,
start.
Johnson? Charles
there isn't a-
Johnson? I'm sorry,
Yes.
there's another. So there's nothing on Ebenezer, but there's somebody here named
Now,
Charles.
Ebenezer, and you had also heard of a maid. They don't appear to have personnel files in this filing
Oh
cabinet.
boy. So if the employees are being targeted, there's at least one more out here.
So the one that we did find, who was the one that was killed in that room when we first came in?
Catherine Ames.
That was Catherine. So
And
far.
she has a file?
She has a file, yeah.
Let's take a look at that file just for giggles here.
Okay, it's
Wait.
very thin. It basically contains her application, a couple letters of recommendation. Yes, sorry, Jimmy.
Can I interrupt you? Look,
Yes.
Docs, you got to get the medicine to give to her so we can lock the door. Me and Clark will keep looking in this room.
Okay.
No,
Use those keys or try to open that door over there.
you.
What do you think?
Yeah,
All right,
let's,
fine.
let's,
Do we?
Dr.
Byron,
Reynolds
why
was
don't
letting
you-
his professional curiosity get the better of him.
Yeah, I know.
Byron, why
All right.
don't you check Catherine and Blanche's files while I try to open the medicine cabinet?
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Okay.
Do you have keys? Do they fit or no? Those keys don't fit.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of keys on this ring, but if you're ruling out the ones that have numbers, which Blanche already told you correspond to cell doors, you will eventually find a key that will open that closet door, and you will find a walk-in, basically pantry, for lack of a better word, with drugs, hypodermic needles. I mean, basically like the works. It's very well stocked.
okay. Byron,
Probably
what
because,
news?
as you know, Ebenezer, Mr. Unfortunate Ebenezer, was only doing supply runs to the mainland about once a week. So Dr. Brewer has plenty of pharmaceuticals on hand here.
So should we look perhaps what that patient was taking? Would it be in the
That's
file?
what I was going to say. Same thing. Yep.
So whose file are you looking at?
Woman was crying.
And who's that?
I don't.
Let's start with our cook.
Blanche?
Yeah.
And we need. Wait a minute. She was talking about. Wasn't she saying the other lady's name was Catherine? The crying lady was
Catherine.
But there's no file on it, Catherine, is there, or did I miss it?
There's no file on it, Catherine.
Mm.
Okay.
The three female patient names are Blanche, Carla, and Darlene.
I think that's Carla then.
We need to figure out which medication it is. So let's look at Blanche's.
So if you want to look at Carla's file, okay.
What room is Carla in?
That's not going to be immediately obvious in the file. The file is really thick. So if you're looking for something fast, you can get like a very little bit of info. But if you want to actually like look at his notes, he has bad handwriting, he's made medical shorthand, it's going to take a few hours to look through all his patient files.
Yeah.
So basically, if you want to do a quick glance through Carla, what is her name, Johnson's file to see if there's anything obvious. Carla Randolph, sorry. Johnson is someone else, I think.
Usually there's a sheet that talks about medication. Everybody.
Yeah, like in the front of the file, there's like basically a sheet, and it does.
That's sort of the only thing I think we're really looking for.
All right.
Now. Who's on what?
Why don't you give me a medicine or psychiatry roll to make sure that you can understand the note.
Oh, I
Okay.
trained the man myself. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Okay, well, psychology's a little higher. Or would it be pharmacy?
Whatever's highest, medicine, psychiatry, or pharmacy.
Okay, so
Yeah,
50.
psychology is not going to help with the medicine. It has to be psychiatry or medicine.
Got it.
They're not smart, the pillbox.
So that would be.
Psychology is about getting a read on
yeah,
people.
of course,
Yeah.
that makes sense. No, that makes sense. Oh, so my highest is the pharmacy, which is 45. All right.
Okay.
Let's see. 45.
Wow.
Just needed.
All right. So you can see in her file, again, you don't have a great deal of time to digest all the information there, but
Right.
because you were looking just for her medication dose, you find that she needs to be administered sedatives on a regular schedule. So I don't need to get into details, but there is a nighttime dose of sedatives, and then throughout the day, she needs mild sedation every 4 to 6 hours.
Okay.
And then she needs a bigger dose at night so that she can sleep through the night.
Okay.
It's just amazing that all of that is in the module.
Now,
also because I am not a psychiatrist, so
yes, that's okay.
Now, wouldn't most facilities, Byron, have some kind of like summary inside the pharmacy? Pharmaceutical cabinet?
With this successful roll, I'm letting you say that he can successfully find the drugs and put together the correct dose from the note. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I knew the docs could do it. Could figure this out.
Yeah.
All right, so we have hers.
So you have, Cecil,
Carla.
It's giving me two names for her. I'm sorry if I'm confusing you. I am rejecting the misogynist name of Mrs. Cecil Randolph. Her first name is Carla. So when I glance down, sometimes it says Cecil. That's her husband's name anyway. So Carla Randolph. As a side note, it makes me bananas when my older relatives from England send us Christmas cards and they're addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Steve Ognebenny, and I'm like, no. I took his last name. I did not take his first name.
Are you Mrs. Ognebenny, Steve?
Not my fault.
It's my family doing it.
Yeah, people are still trying to figure us out.
Mrs. and Mr. Anna Ognebenny.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
You mean attorney and Mr. Anna Ognebenny.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So anyway, so you have successfully identified the drugs that Mrs. Randolph needs for tonight.
Okay.
6 minutes to lock that lady in.
Yeah, Byron, please glance over Blanche's file. She's terrified.
Okay, so Mumsy, again, you cannot do a full look through, but you can see just from a glance that she does not appear to have any regular medication necessary. So, yeah, that's all you can find out from just glancing at her file.
And the poor woman obviously is very strong-minded. She went into shock and just went straight to her room, bless the thing. Okay, so do we need to check on
before we
anyone
leave,
else?
doctors, I was going to ask if you could look at the other medicines in there to see if you see anything strange, maybe psychotic drugs or anything of that sort.
Looking through the medicine cabinet?
Right.
Should we go down and administer this stuff to unlock these doors before we go? We're running out of time.
Well, we don't know what the drug is that goes to Catherine, but
No,
right?
well, we're guessing that it's Carla.
Oh.
Because there is no Catherine that we.
There's no file on a Catherine in this filing cabinet.
Okay.
Unless you're talking about Catherine Ames, the nurse.
No.
That's her name, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Catherine. The Catherine you're thinking of is.
Wait. So there's a Catherine Ames that was a nurse.
Yes.
That was killed. That was the first
She's
victim.
dead.
That's who we think is killed. Who we think that was her. But what if the woman down there screaming is her?
Well, that's true. We're accepting.
And something's going on here where they got switched or something. Like
that is very possible.
I'm a little concerned here now.
I'm just so let's grab. Is it easy enough for me and Byron to grab the correct dose, the correct medication?
Yeah, I'm saying Byron already has the dose.
I have the medication. Let's grab Catherine's file and go back downstairs. We can read it while we're down there.
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
I want to compare, see if this looks like the person that's actually they say is Catherine.
Is there any chloroform or morphine in the cabinet? I might know some of those things because I was in the army.
Yeah.
Give me a luck roll.
Ooh.
Ooh.
57. So let's see what I got for luck. No, no.
There is, let me see. There is a very small bottle of chloroform. I'm trying to think of morphine. No, that wouldn't
Okay.
be there.
So
No.
as the doctors get their materials ready and the folder to head downstairs, I grab the bottle of chloroform and a couple sterile bandages or something like that.
Okay, put it in your inventory sheet. I like the way you think. Even though you failed your luck roll, I'm giving it to you because it's clever.
Thank you.
All right, so everyone's heading back down to the
Yep.
ground floor patient wing. Okay.
Yep.
So it's pretty much exactly 10 o'clock.
All right. Hello, Blanche, dear. We're going to get that medicine to Catherine right away now. Dr.
And none too soon. And then lock her in. Don't forget to lock everyone in.
We got it. And we'll start with you since we're here. So, Jimmy, go right ahead.
Okay.
Blanche, have a
Did Bobby wake up?
He's still napping, so we didn't want to bother him. We're going to let him rest.
All
Blanche,
right.
have a good night, dear.
I'm sure Dr. Brewer's going to appreciate all your help.
Aw, thank you, darling.
Absolutely. Click, 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 click.
Oh, I feel safer already.
Okay.
All right.
Blanche's room freaked out our cat.
Blanche's room is locked.
Ezra just went jumping off of the.
I'm
sorry, Kitty. I think Mumsy's silent scream scared the cat.
Or you can hear Blanche call, "Don't forget that I get unlocked at 7 to cook everyone else breakfast, and everyone else gets unlocked at 8.
Looking forward to it, dear. Okay, who's crying? Let's go.
Let's go follow the crying voice. Everybody agree?
Is there? Can we? Maybe we should lock other doors. I mean, for their protection too. Obviously, there's something terrible.
We can lock all the other doors, and then we can review them one by one.
All right. Well, as you walk along the hallway, there's two, aside from Blanche's room, which is now locked. There's two additional doors on the left, and then there's two doors on the right, and they all have numbers on the front. So Blanche's room you locked was number 1. And so on the left-hand side, as you're going down the hallway, that would be the north side of the building, if you're keeping track. You have rooms 2 and 3, and then on the right-hand side or the south side, you have rooms 4 and 5. And I don't know if you're peeking in these doors as you're walking past them, but the crying appears to be coming from room 5, which is at the very end of the hall.
Are we peeking in? Is there anyone in the other rooms as we peek into them?
I'm not peeking.
I am peeking.
I'd like to peek in. I can't.
All right.
Velvet looks in.
All right.
Velvet,
So
Velvet, if you're gonna look in there, I got your back. I got my gun. I got my little Luger pulled.
Get the kid out, Jimmy, dear.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. I appreciate that.
Clark, I'm glad you're here.
Give the keys to
Point it
Clark.
away from me, please.
all right. So as you walk past, the first door you walk past is room 4 on the right. As you peek in, you see a room very similar to Blanche's. Lying on the bed is a young man, maybe in his late 20s, very fashionably dressed, perfectly coiffed, lying on his bed, fully dressed. And as you peek in, he looks up and goes, "Who the fuck are you? Get out of here.
Good night.
Where's Dr. Brewer? Where's
Brewer?
Bobby?"
Bobby's napping. Have a lovely sleep.
Click, 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 click.
Clark, let the door close.
Yes, let's lock him in.
I apologize to your streaming audience. I should have checked if blue language is okay.
No,
On
okay. We're good.
All right. Okay, so
So who has the list of patients?
Yeah, what room was that, by the way, Keeper?
That was
that
4.
was room 4. If you want to cross-reference against the sign in and out sheet, you can discover that that room was Henry
that was Henry.
Henry Adam Barber III.
Yeah,
You seem friendly.
With sense of entitlement.
So is the other open door is directly behind us?
What?
There's
You're
no-
walking down the hall.
Right. So
Right.
are there 2 across from each other, or are they
There's
staggered?
3 on the left. There's 2 on the right. They're staggered.
They're
So you
staggered.
lock Blanche.
Okay.
You lock Henry Adam Barber.
The third. And now we're
And
going
now the next one you're going to pass is room 2, which is on your left.
Yeah, which is the third one down.
Okay.
There's an ancient wrinkled gentleman in a wheelchair. And as you peek in, he looks up and goes, "Who's going to put me in my bed?" He's like,
we'll be back.
he's older than Jesus.
Jesus is pretty young. We'll be back shortly. Sir.
We'll be back shortly.
All right.
I ain't
So
putting
then-
that guy in his bed.
He seems harmless enough.
You go ahead, Clark. You go ahead.
Are you doing anything with this old gentleman in the wheelchair for now?
I think we'll leave him for now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm more concerned about making sure people are locked away from whoever killed
Okay.
Bobby.
As you walk away, you hear him crying, "But my diaper's dirty."
Oh, we'll be back shortly, sir. And that was room 2?
That was room 2.
Oh, poor
If
man.
If you choose to cross-reference that against your sign-in sheet, you can find out that that's Colonel Crandall Billings. The next,
He's a veteran. Uh-oh.
he's a Civil War veteran, if you remember from Ebenezer's. Yeah.
Dang it! I need to go help him.
Yeah, we will. Once we make sure everyone's safely locked in.
It must be stuff.
The next room that you reach is on the right. This is room 5. This appears to be the room that the crying and screaming is coming from. The crying, by the way, has gotten more intense.
Can we just take a quick look in room 3 because the others have been easy?
Yeah, room 3 appears to be vacant. There's nobody in there. There's no belongings. There's no sign that anyone lived there. The bed does not have sheets on it.
Oh dear. All right.
So what room was Leonard in, though?
Leonard, I think, is downstairs with the pro bono folks. So who's got the sheet? Who's in room 3? Was that Dr. Hawkins?
There's no records of anyone in room 3 signing in or out on the login sheet for the past week.
Okay. All right. So let's check in on room 5.
He's putting his face on it. I'm sorry, Steve.
I'm sorry. Mumsy's very blessed. She's the oldest one.
Steve is distracting me with our cat who is doing something adorable, but I'm going to do my best to ignore him. It's really ridiculously adorable.
After got scared.
No, he's the one that got scared.
He has a little toy and it's this huge stuffed fish and he's like holding it and he's rubbing his face on it.
Like the baby. It's a baby fish. Baby kitten fish.
I was taken in by an infomercial and I bought it. It was 1995.
1995.
Yeah.
So that's super adorable. But going forward, 20 minutes from now, roll sanity or die.
Yeah, right.
Right. So anyway, you have looked at room 3. You have not seen any evidence of any person inhabiting room 3 in the recent past. And
shall we lock room 3 anyway?
Excellent idea, Velvet. Excellent idea.
Sure.
Let's lock room 3.
That's fine. You close it and lock it. Nothing happens. And then the last room is room 5, where the crying and now screaming. It's quite hysterical. It's not just, crying. We're talking about like screaming and sobbing now.
Okay.
So,
Ivan, would you like to go in first?
Yeah.
I got your back, doctors. Yeah, I'm right behind you.
Mumsy's very good at psychotherapy, so I'll
Velvet is fanning herself.
So I peek in the door, I knock, and I don't want to startle the screaming person. What do we see inside?
Okay. There is a middle-aged woman, I guess late 40s, also fairly well dressed, but very much not well put together in terms of like her hair is kind of wild. Looks like she's been, pulling at it. Her face is tear streaked. She appears not to notice you at first. She's just sort of rocking and grabbing her hair and screaming, but eventually when she sees you, she starts screaming, "They're everywhere! They're all in my room! The bats, they're everywhere! Can't you see them?" And she's sort of ducking and waving her hand. "The bats! They're back again.
Oh dear, dear, what is your name, dear? We'll get you some
Bats,
medicine.
who cares about my name? Make the bats go away.
Are there in fact bats in the room that we can see?
Give me a spot hidden roll. Just kidding. There are no bats.
57.
It doesn't matter.
How is the medication that she's on? How is this administered? Pills, or is it a shot, or is
it is a hypodermic.
Hypodermic needle. Okay,
yep.
So maybe while she is talking to her and distracted, I'll try to administer this medication to her.
So what's your plan? Like sneak up behind her while she's flailing?
She's sort of talking to her. I'll kind of have this thing in my
I mean, she's like this, you know, she's waving these imaginary bats away. So if you're going to just try and jab her, I'm going to make you probably make a roll of some kind.
Maybe I'll
try to help. Maybe try to help
like, away, bats, away, get away.
Good job, Velvet.
Velvet's gonna help.
Maybe into her backside there.
That's right.
Best place to put this.
She is wearing a pantsuit. So
pantsuit.
You might, none of them have their pajamas on except for Blanche. So you might, I'm not sure if a hypodermic, if you're trying to convince her that you're giving the bats away, why don't you, do you have a persuade or
I do have persuade, yeah.
Why don't you give me a persuade roll or a psychology if that's higher, but it's probably not.
No, persuade. Psychology, believe it or not, is higher.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I passed the psychology roll.
Okay. So as Velvet is sort of trying to engage this woman to pretend that she's waving the bats away, that she seems to respond to the pretense and she settles down a little bit. And as Velvet pretends, she's like, "Oh, you missed one over there."
Well, I'll pardon me, darling. Let me adjust that.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna make Steve actually act this out.
So the woman is still.
There you go. Excellent. I'm convinced.
The bats are gone.
The woman is still crying and rocking herself, but she seems to be much more calm than she was a few minutes ago.
Okay.
And you could probably, at this point, maybe
administer this to her.
Administer, somehow.
Okay. Let's try to administer it to her. Maybe we'll just tell her that, okay, it's time for your medication now. And
oh, the medicine. Oh, thank God you're here. Okay, and then she just holds out her arms.
So then let's let us administer that.
All right.
I'm assuming I don't have to make a rule for that.
No, you're a doctor.
Okay. All right. So we give her.
Okay. So in a few minutes, you'll see her sort of settle, her crying calms down a little. She starts to yawn and gets apparently very drowsy.
Okay.
Critical failure. You open up the vein.
No.
If you want to ask her any questions,
I'd like to ask her.
You want to do it soon.
I'd like to ask her. Now that she's getting calm.
Oh, well, I thought you would have known because you were here with my medicine, but of course I'm Mrs. Cecil Randolph.
We like to confirm.
Okay.
And your given name is, my darling?
Carla.
Carla.
My friends call me Carla.
Right.
Date of birth? Just kidding.
Serial number?
She gives some dates that, if I did my math correctly, would amount to her being 48 years old.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, she's
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Oh, well.
Is it sleepy time?
Yeah.
Are the bats going to come back?
No, dear.
Do you know that I heard a terrible sound from downstairs?
Oh, what was that?
A roaring. It must have been another monster, I think.
Another monster?
What
Well, yeah, I mean, aside from the bats that come every night, the bats have red eyes. You saw them, right? You saw them.
Yeah. It looked more,
But they make a shrieking sound. But this was a dark, low roar, and then I heard screaming. I don't know. I'm very sleepy.
Okay, bye. Lucky.
I don't know. I don't know. Could have been the monster screaming. Could have been that.
That's a good hope to have. All right, Clark, let's get this
All right.
door locked.
Yes.
All right, so she gets into her bed, again, fully clothed. They appear to, all the rooms have like dressers, but no one is in their pajamas, as I said, except for Blanche.
I feel so bad for the Colonel, but it sounds like we need to check on the patients downstairs before we come back. Now, Clark, when you went by, I know you were looking at poor Bobby, the dead nurse. There were no other sets of keys around, right? Like there's no one that
You know what? Maybe I should go and take another look to see if I can find some more keys.
Why don't we go with you? Just we don't want to leave keys here that someone else could use to torment these poor people.
Just before you leave, I just want to let you know that now that you have walked all the way down the hallway, so you've locked, there's 5 patient rooms, you've locked all of them.
Did we lock the Colonel's door?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You did not lock the Colonel's door. That's number 2. There is
thought we
a...
Oh, no, I think we did lock the all.
Oh, did you? I thought you said you were coming back for him. Okay.
Oh, yes,
yeah,
we
we
are
said
locking
that,
it
but
in
we were lying.
All right.
Oh, well, I mean, we do want to get back, but, first we gotta make
He's-
sure he's alive.
He's a veteran. He knows how to use a knife and a weapon, and he could have been the murderer.
That's
Whoa.
true.
So in any event, at the end of the hallway, you see one more door that does not have a number on it at the very end of the hallway. And then you also see a staircase going down.
So the doorway
yeah.
is not to the stairwell. The stairway is separate.
Down to cellar. Yeah. I'm sorry. Say that again. The door, which doorway?
So there's a doorway that's not the stairwell.
Correct. So the stairwell is on the right-hand side. It's beyond room 5 where Carla Randolph was. It's sort of tucked behind there, and then there is a doorway in front of you that is closed.
We should probably check that door before we go further.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to check to see if it's unlocked.
It is locked.
It's locked?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's no room number, you said.
There's no room number on it.
It's probably a utility closet.
Sure.
Do you have any keys?
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
say
you can-
we still open it.
Yeah.
You
Try to
can
open
take a few minutes to sort of fumble through. You can eventually find the key for this door. Yeah.
All right, let's open it.
All right.
All right. It opens onto a laundry room. Contains a large commercial washer and dryer, a locked cabinet. Once again, I said locked. You wouldn't know that just by looking at it. More interesting than the laundry equipment is the fact that there's 2 things that are more interesting. The first is that there appears to be another door on the opposite side of the room that leads to the outside. And the reason that you know that it leads to the outside is because it has been completely blown off its hinges. And basically you can see the door outside buckled on the ground, and then you can see the ground. And the second thing that you notice that is not probably a regular part of the laundry room is that there appears to be an older woman sitting on the floor propped up against the washer. She is not in good shape. I think Ginger should cover her ears.
Yep. Okay, I'm ready. Go for it.
Sensitivity warning.
Yeah, content warning. Her eyes and mouth are open, and
is she alive?
her upper body appears healthy, but basically from the waist down, everything is shriveled and burned.
Okay.
So
So I say
essentially,
no.
her feet and legs are basically withered brown sticks.
No to me when it's safe. Is it safe
And
for me
that's
to
all I'll
open?
say. Oh,
Yeah,
I
you-
guess anyone seeing this, which would be all of you, has to make a sanity roll.
We all have to make a sanity roll.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
told you not to open the utility closet.
What is that?
That is a 9.
93.
Oh, Mommy
88.
is so much tougher than Ginger.
That's not good.
All right.
All right. So
So I'll
anyone
take it out.
failing, you take 1d4 points of sanity loss, and anyone succeeding, you take 1 point of loss.
Okay.
And if any of you have reached a grand total of 1/5 of your total sanity tonight, then let me know, because you are going to go temporarily insane.
Does that mean including, when you say tonight, does that mean?
I mean, for,
Since the start of the
I'm sorry, the game night, yeah, since the start of the adventure. So,
But that's 1/5 down, not 1/5 of total.
if you have 50 sanity and you lose 10 in one game day, then you will go temporarily insane.
Right. So just 1/5 down. Okay, got it.
Not if you get to 1/5 of your sanity. No, if you lose 1/5
Lose
in
1/5.
one
Got it.
in one day.
So did you take a D4, my love?
I rolled 9. That's like a super.
Oh yes, roll 9.
success.
Yes, so you just lose 1.
Yeah, Mumsy is way cooler than I am. Now, is this person alive or dead?
Oh no, I think they're dead. Their
Okay.
legs are burnt.
Yeah.
I mean, are
Okay.
you going to check?
You can check. We should probably check.
At that point, I hope she is.
I said the doctors should check.
Yeah.
Okay, she's actually alive.
She's alive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not making you roll because I assume doctors can detect. Yeah,
If you say hello and I tap her on the shoulder.
she's just her eyes are glazed and her mouth is open. She appears completely in shock.
Wow.
Looks like she got caught in the her bottom half of her body got caught in the dryer for 6 hours.
Now, could you? Do we have any more sedative left or something to give her pain relief?
That's not a bad idea.
Well, sadly, Jimmy failed his luck roll, and so I said there was no morphine.
Oh, man.
Dang
Good
it!
job,
Could have
Jimmy.
been used for it.
So,
I could chloroform her. Put her out.
You could put her out.
that would knock her out. I mean,
That might be kinder than
it
you
might-
know,
yeah.
Yeah, that would. Let's take care. Yes.
Does she seem?
I mean,
does she seem?
the doctors will know that she is pretty much in shock, and so she's not actually feeling pain in this moment, but she is in dire.
So her legs. So how far up are we talking about here?
Basically up to her, I would say hips anymore, and her vital organs would have been burned, and she'd
Okay,
be dead.
so she's
Hmm.
okay. And she's not bleeding in any way. It's been cauterized from this.
No, yeah, I mean it's really bizarre, but it seems like not only is it burned, but it's been shriveled.
Shriveled.
Okay, so if this person's going to survive when she comes out of shock, she's going to be in terrible pain. So I like the idea of chloroform until.
Doc Reynolds, ask her a quick question. I'm getting the bottle of chloroform ready with a gauze pad.
Which way has the door been blown, in or out?
Out.
Out.
I want to inspect the door to see if I can determine exactly what happened, whether it was pushed out or whether there was an
That's what I
explosion
said. It
of
went
some
out.
kind.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden roll, please.
Okay, so I rolled a 24.
Well, it's probably a success.
That's
Depends.
success.
Okay. So you actually can see the door itself has been blown off its hinges and it's buckled. It's like, looks like a great force has pushed it from the inside and burst it out, almost like an explosion. But what's interesting when you look closely is that you can see there's some faint scorch marks on the doorway and also on the door itself, on the inside the door. And if you sort of look around on the floor, you can see that the scorch marks form a sort of trail. And the trail leads across the room and sort of it leads right past the area where this woman is sitting with her burned and shriveled legs.
Past her.
Yeah, well, I mean, the trail is hard to see. It's not like a obvious sort of burn trail, but you can make out enough scorch marks to sort of piece together that there is some sort of trail here, and it does seem to lead past this woman.
Oh, let's follow this.
Yeah, well, did it come
Leads
from?
past the woman
Pardon?
towards the hallway of patients. Leads past the woman towards the hallway of patients, or leads outside.
Both. It's going across. So basically, Clark had told me he was inspecting the outside door.
Mm-hmm.
And so he found the scorch marks on the doorway and on what would have been the inside of the door before it got blown off its hinges.
Okay.
But, you know, if he's tracking it, then it does lead across the laundry room and it leads back to the door. So, I mean, if you want
the door we came in.
Yeah.
You know, in my military, in the Army, we were telling stories one night late on guard duty, and they were talking about, some of my buddies were talking about spontaneous human combustion, and also about lightning balls that come down from the sky. And so this is probably a lightning ball. Nothing to worry about with the poor lady, though. I'm gonna.
Yeah, except for the door blew out. So the lightning ball had to form in the room. I don't think that makes sense.
Look, Doc.
Sounds like to me something blew the door out instead.
And would an explosion leave a trail like that? I don't know. I mean, obviously there was a fire or an explosion, but this is a pretty odd explosion. I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like some kind of fiery thing came in and burned this woman's legs and then blew out the door. I mean, it seems bizarre.
Sounds like it, but that would be impossible, right?
Yeah, it sounds impossible.
So I was afraid to. I have to tell you my strange imagination. It's been a stressful evening. Honestly, Clark, I thought you were going to tell me you saw toe prints on the door.
Did it look like bat prints? Was it like bats?
No,
like a fiery bat.
This is just Mumsy trying to make light of a terrible situation. Never mind, dear.
If the docs are done asking her any questions, I want to give chloroform to her.
Well, she's
as
not.
As far as I'm aware, they
alert.
haven't asked her any questions.
Well, docs get busy.
Is she alert? Can she?
She appears catatonic.
Yeah.
Have we seen anything like this before in our medical history?
No.
I didn't think so. So her legs are shriveled, as in, so the bone is still there.
I mean, I'll read the description, but I think Ginger should cover her ears.
Yeah,
go ahead. You can tell Dr. Reynolds. He's okay.
Yeah, tell me. That's
okay.
fine.
So, just nudge me when it's
her feet and legs are withered brown sticks, dried dead limbs split open like old and rotting leather to expose the bones within. There is little or no blood from her injuries. And that's
got it.
Wow.
Okay, that's great.
Okay, that's good.
My dear,
I puke in my mouth.
Okay.
Did you fail sanity? Because those of you who failed sanity were supposed to actually do an involuntary action, but
no, I made my sanity check.
Okay, yeah.
I made mine too. I'd like to.
You always fail, Clark.
This is all weird stuff. I'm a reporter, I believe.
Yeah, you must have had a high. How much have you lost so far in this adventure?
But what did I start with? Did I start with 50?
I don't remember, but
you
might be 45.
You're down to 45.
And I'm down to 37, so I don't remember what I started with.
You had him do a check last. He did something crazy last time.
He failed last time. I think we should probably figure out if you are in fact temporarily insane, because that's going to make this real interesting.
No, Clark, hold it together, friend.
But you don't have your starting sanity. What is your power?
Power.
Yeah, it's power.
Oh, it's power. Power's 40. Okay, so I only lost 3 then.
Oh, phew.
You've only lost 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Even failing, you must have rolled low. Okay.
Oh, I just lost 3 sanity.
Right, but what's your total since the beginning of this adventure? So you start at 40?
I don't think I lost anything the last session. At least I don't think so.
I swear you failed a sanity roll last time.
I know I failed 1 shot.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Everyone's lost a few points because even when you make your sanity roll, when you find something really horrifying, you lose 1.
Yes, I'm down 4.
Yeah.
Down 3.
And have you made every roll, David?
No, it looks like I failed 1 roll and I rolled a 2.
Okay, so I think that the minimum amount that everyone would have lost is 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
That's where I'm at.
So, so I guess, Bill, let me know if you're at 40, then 1/5 of 40 is 8. So once you have lost a total of 8, let us know, because then you get to be temporarily insane, and that's actually kind of fun.
Okay.
Oh, sounds fantastic.
So yeah, but I'm having you keep an eye on that, because I haven't been tracking your guys' sanity. So
Okay.
anyway, all right. So here we are in the laundry room with the unfortunate woman.
Mumsy, hey, everybody. Mumsy whispered something to me while Clark was looking outside at the burnt marks and whatever.
Mhm.
And I think Mumsy's got a great idea. Take it away, Mumsy.
Oh, well, just, I'm wondering, for her own protection, once she's chloroformed, should we carry this poor woman into the room number, the one that was vacant, room 3, and just lock her in for her own protection?
That's not a bad idea.
And then,
Yeah, I guess.
and then, Clark, were you going to check for another set of keys, or should we go downstairs and check those folks? Like, I don't like the idea of locking these people in for whatever.
Yeah, I'm thinking
persons around, but
we should definitely check downstairs, but I'm a little concerned, especially with Blanche's explanation of what these people were like.
yeah.
Possibly the murderers downstairs. We should definitely be careful.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So, this poor unfortunate, what do you think? The maid is her top, dressed in a maid's uniform, or
Yeah, she would appear to be dressed as a maid. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So let's carry the poor little woman into room 3, I think it is.
I got a broken hand. You guys go ahead.
I got.
Oh,
Someone. I mean, that's gonna. Who's strong? I might make you give me a strength roll. You can combine them.
Half of her body is burnt away. All that.
I mean, but like.
Sorry, Ginger.
That's okay.
She still has a torso, head, and arms.
She's
like
just
that doesn't
mostly
weigh
dead.
nothing.
I'm mostly dead.
She's at least 30 pounds lighter.
We've got 2 strong young men here, and Dr. Reynolds, you are also pretty tough.
No. I got a broken hand.
It does not keep you from using your arm.
I got to use the gun with the other hand.
I would just like whoever is pitching in on this effort. I want strength rolls.
How about we go get the mattress from the room and drag it in here, put her on the mattress and drag it back.
I feel like this.
Everybody here tonight is
too
brilliant.
Long. I will help. The oldest lady present.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll cover
Shall
you
we do
with my
that?
liquor.
Clark,
Or we can even maybe there's a sheet. We can put her on the sheet and then.
Well, I rolled a 54.
I rolled an 87, which is hard.
My strength is 55. I rolled a 54, so I got her.
Oh, okay, good.
That was a strength roll. All right. So, but are you doing the mattress plan?
I was just going to lift her up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to take too long on this.
All right. Well, yeah, that's fine. So, I guess Clark is carrying her, and then someone else can open up the door and place her. There's no sheets on the bed, as I mentioned, but I don't think that she's probably going to notice.
And I chloroform her.
Okay. You're going to do it?
Before Clark lifts her up.
No, Byron.
Okay.
The Dr. Reynolds.
Okay, the doctor should do
Give me a medicine or pharmacy roll.
No, the doctor should do it.
Okay.
Byron says to me, I'm role playing Byron right now. Hey, what are you doing? Let me handle that.
And then how about we relock?
All right, but who actually is doing the chloroform? Because I think I do want a medicine roll for that, or a pharmacy roll.
Byron, how's your pharmacy? I'm more into second.
45.
Okay, you have better than I do, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay.
You could do it.
Let's do it.
He's got all that training.
99.
An 85.
Oh, dear.
Too much
Oh, I'm
more.
rolling horrible tonight.
Yeah, she's dead.
Well, she's mostly dead already.
She was,
Wasn't in
and
the great shape
Anna
anyway.
even looked at the book like that, like, oh, this is actually in the book. Chloroform. Fail the chloroform roll.
She did make it.
No, chloroform is not in here, but I was just
do?
like, yeah, I mean, you knew she was like a hair's breadth from.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
we will.
perhaps you can think of it as like a, just ushering her along more quickly to where she was going.
Some
Yeah,
say
yeah, I
the
do.
soul weighs up to 12 ounces, so that's even lighter for Clark to move the lady.
Now
There
it
you
doesn't
go.
matter.
That's one way to think of
I
it.
thought you'd already put her in the bed.
Oh, I don't know.
Clark, how about is it even worth relocking the outside door to keep them whatever
Probably.
misses out, or should we just run
I
downstairs?
think we're just keeping.
Well, the outside door was blown out, right?
But I mean,
Yeah.
the laundry room door we had to unlock.
It seems so strange.
Yeah, we should probably lock that because what if whatever did this is outside?
That's
What were you
true.
going to say, Velvet?
I'm just curious. Was there any damage on the door that goes between the laundry room and the?
No, there wasn't. It was we opened it. That seemed fine.
Right. So it seemed fine. There was no damage. I mean, should we do a spot hidden? Maybe we can see some burn marks
If
on
you
it.
want to look at the laundry door and the
Yeah,
surrounding area.
I'm actually curious if, and
good idea.
what I'm curious about is if we see perhaps burn marks either on the door or even in the crack between the door and the sort of shim on the side of the door to see if it was open and maybe that thing came through or something on the floor there.
Okay.
I'd like to do spot hidden on that, please.
I think you should.
Whoa.
I got a 3, which is a
Probably a hard success on any character sheet. Right?
that's an extreme success.
Okay. You see no evidence of scorch marks on the door itself.
Mhm.
With that extreme success, you can track basically the trail of faint scorch marks appears to go, as I mentioned, it ends at the door to the outside,
Mhm.
and it has come across the room, and then it has come through this doorway. You see scorch marks on the open doorway,
Mhm.
but not on the door.
Okay.
And then you see that the scorch marks continue and then turn and go down the stairs. And again, when I say go down, what I really mean is come up,
Yeah.
because as you are surmising, if you are going from the theory that whatever made that trail left by the back, then it came from the down.
Right. I'm not so thrilled about going down there.
Well, there are human beings.
Yeah,
Those
it's
poor
not good.
patients. Oh, Velvet, I am so glad you thought to check. Clark, please lock the door for what it's worth.
Yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
think so.
definitely
It might-
unlocking
well,
that
yeah,
door.
if something came flying out, then yes, I think that's very smart. It was Clark's idea to lock the door.
Yeah, so let's lock
So you're
that.
locking the laundry door
I think
Right.
that's good.
All right. And you're back inside. You're not still in the laundry room. Yep. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Although I'm not sure. It's really up for grabs whether it's safer to be inside this place or outside.
No, right? Because there's no.
Outside
we
was
know?
dark, though.
Now, who told us
Outside
there
is
was
dark.
no radio? Did Ebenezer tell us that, or was that Blanche who told us there was no telephone service or ham radio?
Ebenezer said that.
Mm-hmm.
Ebenezer said it. Okay, if he said it, it's probably true. All right. Well, shall we head down and check downstairs, my friends?
Let's do that.
Sure.
Right.
Now, go ahead. There's 2 stairwells. There's this back stairwell, it seems, that's at the end of this hallway of the residences on the first floor, and we found a basement stairs underneath, in around
like
the
from
foyer
the-
area or something.
Right in the foyer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Miss LaBouche discovered this. These. What I don't understand is that the ash. Miss LaBouche, did you say, Velvet? Did you say you saw ashy footprints coming from downstairs?
They're not footprints.
Yeah, it appeared.
Or marks.
Or we'll just say scorch marks. I think is how I would categorize them. I think, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, they just appear to be where the floor and door and whatever seems to have been burned, but it's not in any shape that's identifiable as a footprint.
Yeah, and I also observed them on the frame of the door, but not on the door itself. And so perhaps if something very hot came through here, to Jimmy's point, ball lightning, perhaps. Perhaps the laundry room door was open and it kind of went through. And so the burn marks would be on the door frame, but not necessarily the door itself, because that might have been ajar.
I know exactly what happened. Charizard lost at Monopoly and decided to exit the building.
There you go.
in a rage.
Yeah.
Anybody got any Pokeballs?
I
I have,
don't
I
know.
have,
Charizard
I
only
have Pikachu right here.
break per million.
Yeah, well, this is the only one left. Or,
Really?
No, actually, there's a. Well, we have. There's a 3D printed Charizard.
Oh no,
Oh,
I
you-
find this quite bewildering, but I will take your word for it, sir.
do I get like an experience point or like inspiration for that deduction?
no, but you made your keeper smile, so
We got one wing left.
yeah, that
All
3D print turned out real crummy. So anyway, don't do that. It's terrible.
I don't know, Clark. You're a journey. Well, anyway.
So you're going down the stairs, yes?
Yeah, I think we're going
Yes.
down the stairs. Although I'm very concerned now.
Reluctantly
The
going
only
down
thing
the
I'm
stairs.
thinking is that whatever did this may have already left. So I'm hoping it already left, so
Or
we don't run into it on the way down.
it could have been the boiler room accident. Didn't
Oh,
Carla
you're right.
say that she heard a great bang?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that's
goodness.
possible. Though I'm not sure a
Mm.
boiler would have done this kind of damage.
Well, what other possible
You never know.
explanation, right? Let's go down and make sure everyone downstairs.
Velvet, stick with me. I got the gun. Clark, you go first.
Okay.
You're not making me
first.
feel more comfortable, Mr. Jimmy. Is it dark? Is it light? Well lit?
It's dark.
It's dark. Of course.
No.
It's dark. You have to ask.
Are there lights, switches, or something? Do we have any?
I
Do we
mean,
have a flashlight? I forgot.
you had taken candles from the
That's
dining
right.
room
Yeah, that's right. We have
to
candles.
make your trek. I mean, I'm also willing to say that when you were in the pantry and the kitchen area, that you probably found some like gas
Matches?
lanterns or whatever. So
Okay.
you,
Okay.
But so
I
there's
mean,
no electric lights.
you don't immediately see a light switch.
Okay.
If we have, okay.
I'll head down first with a gas light.
All right.
Right here, Mr.
Following you.
Jameson.
All right. You go down the stairs, and immediately to your right as you come down the stairwell is an open door that appears to lead into a storage area with some various tools, etc. And then the rest of what you can see is a hallway. And actually, now that you are down, the stairs turned a corner, and so now that you're down here, the lights are on in the hallway. So it was dark in the stairwell, but and it's a long hallway, kind of looks as long as the one upstairs that you just left with the patient wing there. Sort of a similar setup. Doors, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 doors on the left-hand side, but now you're looking west, so that's the south side of the building. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 doors on the right-hand side, which would be the north side of the building.
So I'm sorry, the hallway
And you
downstairs.
were below ground. This isn't the basement.
The hallway downstairs is lit electrically.
Yeah, but very dimly. I mean, you know,
Any sign of fire or an explosion here, Velvet? Do you see anything?
I guess I could do that. I'm actually curious. Was there a light switch at the bottom of the stairs?
No.
Yeah. I was
Um,
expecting to see fire damage down
Maybe,
there.
maybe
Yeah,
we
that's
can just kind of put our lanterns near the wall and the floor and
All right.
see.
Whoever's looking for scorch marks, give me a spot hidden.
Oh, I missed.
I just missed.
I didn't see anything.
You can spend luck to adjust your roll if that's, but it is a permanent spend.
I'll spend 2 points for luck to do.
We're doing that optional rule. where
Yeah,
you
all
can
right.
spend luck to it.
I've done that. I made it 45. So
All right.
I don't have much luck
I
to
did
begin with.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
All right.
great.
Well, one of you has decided to spend luck points.
I spent luck.
And so Velvet does see that the scorch marks have continued down the stairs. They are pretty faint. So it's not like obviously that the walls and floor are burned, like it's not fire damage. But the scorch marks do appear to continue down the hallway. Are you interested in following them?
Before we do that, I want to check the tool room to see if there's anything that we can use in the way of weapons or anything of that sort.
Well, that's a good idea.
My pencil, but go for it, Clark.
Although I do have faith in Muncie's pencil.
Hmm. Is it dark?
All right, I got you, Jenny.
I rolled a 94, so I don't think I found anything.
Yeah, you're not that lucky. No. I mean, you see like random things. It's not a very well stocked tool room. There's like old cans of mostly used paint that's now dry, like stuff like that. It seems to be sort of just a dumping ground, honestly, for random crap.
What a strange explosion this was.
Hmm.
Okay, do we hear anything? Is there any weeping or crying? Any calls for help? Any?
Give me a listen roll.
All right, where's my listen there? I fail my listen roll.
You hear nothing.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I guess we're heading down this hallway.
Yeah, I think
Follow
we're-
the scorecard.
Sergeant, you have your gun out?
I got it.
are the
Alright.
are the rooms are the doors offset like they were upstairs?
In fact, no. There's exactly 4 on each side, so they're lined up.
Wow.
And are there windows in them? Like can you?
I mean,
open
if you want to peek in them, I can tell you what they look like, but I'm not
Well,
gonna
we should-
pre-tell you before you
yeah,
ask.
we
Oh
will
no,
have
I mean
to-
like certain sanatoriums would have like glass.
Oh, I
windows.
see what you're saying. I mean, right now you're at the very end of the hallway, so if you want to inspect the doors, then I
What,
mean, you
did
can
the doors have windows upstairs,
Um,
or they were open?
Oh, I know.
yeah,
Windows in the doors, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginger's trying to say
So all
windows
doors-
in the doors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I
I
mean,
would
a little
say
window in the
I
door.
would say the patient rooms would have had windows, yeah, with
So-
like a wire mesh so they can't be
Yeah,
broken.
like way to observe the patients, make sure they're
Yeah.
safe. I just want to know if there's anyone in them without necessarily opening
Yeah.
the door.
The door. All right,
I
so
agree.
maybe if we approach
Well,
the first set of
the
doors,
first
are they
two
closed?
do not have. They are closed. They do not have windows, and they do not have numbers. They are plain doors.
Hmm.
I don't know if we should go in though.
Utility
Maybe we should
room,
continue down the maybe we should continue down the hall first.
Okay.
bathroom.
Okay, the next set of doors that face each other has the one on the right has a window in it and the door is closed, and the one on the left, the door is open, and you can kind of see through the doorway that it leads to a small but clean bathroom.
Okay, I'd
Yeah,
like to
the bathroom.
peek through the mesh window of the other room. just
All
to
right,
see if there's
that room appears to be a restraint room. So it is a padded cell that has restraints on the walls. And you can kind of see that it looks dusty and unused.
Oh, good. Yeah, this is what I heard about Dr. Brewer. Okay, good.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
There's nobody in there, by the way.
Hmm.
That probably was obvious.
Yes. Charizard is not torturing somebody in there right now.
Excuse
Hmm.
me, Jimmy.
So I'm sorry, just if you said I would have the opportunity to follow the scorch marks. If I'm able to, is Velvet or anybody else able to notice them here?
I would say with the one spot hidden roll that you succeeded, you can see that they are continuing. So you're still on the trail.
So if there was some sort of object that caused them to travel this way, it came from further up the hallway.
My goodness, I'm torn. What do you guys think? Like, there are obviously other patients, but
Hmm.
well, I will follow your lead.
I think we're gonna find. I think we're gonna find something else down here. I mean,
Okay.
and there's only 4 rooms left, I think, right? And do we see at the end of the hallway? What do we see? Is it
An open door.
an open door
Oh, okay.
at the end of the hallway? And does it look like there's stairs on it, or we're not sure?
You can't tell.
Shall we keep looking at the next 2 doors?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think we should slowly make our way down.
Okay. The next 2 doors are numbered and have a window in them. They are both open.
Hmm.
And the one on the right is number 2, and the one on the left is number 4. Just if anyone's keeping track.
Should we simultaneously peek in them? Because the trouble is, if we look in just one, and like something jumps out, of the other one will be unprotected, right?
Okay,
Well, there's something
Velvet.
in
Yeah,
each of
it
them,
sounds
then
like
we're
a good idea,
outnumbered.
actually.
You're a movie star.
I've been in a lot of,
She's
Buster Keaton is a friend of mine, and he's done a lot of physical comedy, and he's always talking about doors.
You are brilliant. I think you may be wasted on the theater, Velvet.
So is that the plan? Who's
Okay,
looking where?
let's do it.
All right, so I'll look at number 4.
I'll be with you, Clark.
I'll look at number 2. I'm very excited about this. I've got my
I'll
movie
go
ready.
number 2 also.
All right.
And we'll leave Jimmy in the hallway with the gun.
All right. So 1, 2, 3 peek. And so the people who are peeking in room 2 see a room that appears to be vacant. It appears to be a patient room because there is a bed, but the bed does not have sheets on it, and there's no personal belongings in that room, and it is empty.
Okay.
The people who peek in room 4 do not see any people in there, but it does appear to be inhabited. There's the bed is a little bit rumpled. It has sheets on it. There's a few books on top of the dresser, but you can't see anybody.
All right. So we still haven't found your extra special fan, Velvet. Dr. Hawkins is missing.
Yeah, I suppose.
And
so
the scorch marks, I'm just, because you spent luck points, I'm gonna keep giving you clues. The scorch marks lead past these rooms and continue down the hall.
all right.
All right.
All right. Let's continue.
Okay, the last set of doors are both, well, okay, hold on. On the left-hand side, the door is closed. It has the number 3 on it and has a window. I just want to check on the right-hand side. That door is open and it has a number 1 on it and a window.
Okay. Clark, shall we look in one?
Yeah.
Yes,
sounds
I
good to
think
me.
we should peek in.
Maybe you guys go first.
I'll go first. I have the gaslight,
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
and I have
so-
my knife in my other hand.
Okay. So you're gonna go forward and peek into room 1? Okay. So this is inhabited, and when you peek in, you see that there is a man. He is huddled in a corner of the floor, and he is covered in blood. He's sort of cradling his hands, and blood seems to have been coming down from his fingers, down his arms. He also has blood on his body. And you also see that, so this is a patient room. I'm sure you inferred that much. There's a bed and a dresser, stuff like that. But because these are basement rooms, there are no windows to the outside. But on the outer wall, instead of a window, you can see that there is a giant symbol that has been basically drawn in blood. And the wall around the symbol is blackened and burned.
Is it similar to what we saw on Dr. Brewer's forehead?
Well, I don't know how to answer the term similar. I don't know if you have an occult score that you could roll for.
I don't, but doesn't.
I do.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Byron, check this out.
Yeah, my occult is 20. So
I mean, if you want to try and see if you recognize it.
I will try. Why not? A 2.
Oh,
Wow, that's a super duper uber success.
wow. Okay. Dr. Reynolds, Clark beckons for you.
Coming through in the car.
He's like, come and take a look at this. And you go in and you immediately can tell that what the symbol that has been drawn on the wall is meant to be some kind of gate to another dimension. But you can also tell that it is not, it has been defaced. So it was originally drawn and then someone has defaced it, tried to scratch out, the blood marks or whatever. But essentially based on the status of the wall around it being very scorched, if you were to believe in this stuff, which it's up to you if you do or not, but it would appear that maybe the had been used before the person defaced it.
Okay.
So a gateway? This doesn't seem real. What is going on here?
Now there's
It's up
that
to
other
you,
two
Dr. Reynolds, Dr. Reynolds, whatever you want to explain to you have this knowledge, but it's up to you what you want to explain to your friends.
So there are mysteries that that us humans cannot wrap our heads around, and well, legend has it that that's what this symbol is used for.
What? Oh,
Sounds like
right.
some kind of cheap comic book nonsense.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, if you will.
My strong point is psychology and psychoanalysis, not so much medicine, but I do want to do a cursory exam of this poor person and see if the person is conscious, if I can offer any.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sure. He's alive. I mean,
Why are all these people alive?
He looked up at Clark, but he was huddled in the corner, sort of cradling his fingers. And when people come in, I mean, he's sort of looking.
Clark, you must have been terrified with your knife.
I mean, he's again, like in a severe state of shock. And you don't need a medicine roll to be able to tell that. And also appears to be badly injured just based on the amount of blood covering him.
Well, I mean, I was curious. So it looks like he is injured, not just that he's covered in blood from like having killed a bunch of people.
I mean, do you want to ask him if you can?
Well, let's see. Where is this blood? What is wrong with him? Let's do it.
Let's ask his permission to give him a little exam because Dr. Reynolds, you have some.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got some docs for this.
All right.
He sort of flinches and screams as you come near, but then, so I don't know. Let's see.
I'd like
who's
to try.
Who's approaching him? Mumsy?
Mumsy is very good with psychoanalysis and soothing people. So I'd like to give that a try. And I succeed.
And you rolled you rolled psychology or psychoanalysis?
Psychoanalysis to try to soothe him.
Interesting. Okay, so
sir, I'm very high in that. I've got 91.
I didn't do it. I wasn't the one. I didn't let it in. I would never have done it. I called it and I made the door, but when I saw it, I couldn't stand to help it anymore. The other one's helping it now. It's his fault. Now we're all gonna die. And then he just starts babbling. But he doesn't resist you or attack you.
Okay. We're just gonna give you a quick. We're gonna see if we can, Byron.
Let me get my chloroform out.
No. I don't know if we want to try chloroform, but at least.
I think we need to retake this class.
Byron, is the blood coming from his? I'm gonna do a quick exam of eye approach as well.
I'll help her too. Oh, I rolled a 12.
He's fairly compliant. So, what did you roll on medicine?
I rolled a 12. So.
Is that a success?
That's definitely a success.
All right. So basically what you can tell, and again, after that outburst, he's become very compliant, but appears to be completely hopelessly deranged. Like you're not sure that anything that he would say is going to make any sense. His arms are, okay. First of all, his fingers are completely scratched raw down to the bone. And blood is coming from those. And then in addition to it appears to be sort of like a wound from clawing or scraping his fingers repeatedly on something. But in addition to that, on his arms, on either one of his arms, there's a very deliberate cut marks, and so it looks like those might be self-inflicted wounds.
So he doesn't, it's not like he's like dipped his hands in someone else's blood. This is obviously his own.
He has wounds, and so probably all the blood on him can be accounted for from himself.
Oh.
And the symbol on the wall has been painted in blood.
Poor man's obviously psychotic. Okay, dear.
They called something up evil.
Okay. So could we do like some? Now the wall is still solid, right? So from Mumsy's point of view, there's not a hole in the wall.
There's not a hole in the wall. The wall has a symbol in blood that has now been basically wrecked up, and there's sort of streaks of blood in the shape of look like 5 fingers. So it looks like he basically rubbed his fingers down to the bone trying to deface the symbol. But you can't, I mean, there's no like visible gateway or hole. It looks like a regular wall covered in blood, as regular as a wall covered in blood can be.
Now, Velvet, please tell me that the charring, the evidence of soot and charring you're seeing goes past this door, right? Not from the wall.
Let's find out. Exactly 45. So I was able to make the spot hidden roll.
4?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yes, the trail of soot marks leads directly to this wall and stuff.
Directly to the wall. The symbol.
The marks or whatever it is looks like it goes straight to this wall. Actually, as we're looking at that and I'm following it, I want to glance up and maybe just take a peek into the door across from here, just through the window, and see what's in there, just so we don't cut it.
There you are! It's the man who attacked you earlier. He starts pounding on the window. I'm gonna get you! I'm seeing you! It's not over between us! Leonard Hawkins.
And that's how Steve had a heart attack. So
Velvet backs away and screams ah, and then falls on her rear end in the hallway.
Velvet! Oh my God. Okay, well that's our missing person, so we know he's alive.
He starts rattling the doorknob, but it's locked.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody here is playing with fire, right? Somebody had some kind of, like there's charring underneath the blood. So we need to figure out, we're obviously missing a human being, right? Because nobody would believe that
By the way, this man who's covered in blood, he is going to need medical attention.
Yes, and so,
that's what the chloroform
I don't know
is
if I said that specifically,
No.
but as doctors, you would know that.
Can we say that, Mumsy and Byron have been like tearing our clothes a little bit to like give him some makeshift bandages?
I mean, I think that you could remember or assume that there might have been bandages in the drug room in the
Jimmy
office.
take some bandages with him?
We could just rip up a sheet.
Jimmy took some bandages.
I took some bandages and gauze.
That's true. You did. He did do that. Yes. So you have some bandages. Well done. Well done.
Go,
Jimmy is amazing.
So
Chloroform.
one part of your find killed the maid, and the other part of your find is going to bandage up this man.
That's right.
Poor thing. So
he's gonna need stitches on those cuts on his arms at some point.
Sure he. Can we at least stop the blood for now?
Yeah, you can do a basic sort of first aid. Yeah.
All right. So what?
Steve, you'll have to look at the video later to see the reaction on
I'm
your face.
sure. Anna, you want me to get to sleep eventually, right?
Hand to God, if it had been anyone other than Velvet looking in, I wouldn't have had him react violently, but he hates you.
So of course, Velvet Lamouche looks through the window. Poor little Velvet.
It's funny.
Sorry. At least the kids didn't wake up.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness. I am.
Do we know who this guy is that was?
That's Leonard, right?
Oh, that's Leonard. Oh, okay.
I
Well,
thought,
no, Leonard was in the room yelling at Velvet.
yeah, I think
Um,
I thought that was.
This is someone else.
Oh, right.
Was that Leonard Hawkins or Alan?
Might be Alan. This might be the bleeding man. Might be Alan.
Is he conscious enough for us to speak with, Keeper?
You can try.
Sir, what is your name, sir? What is your name, dear?
Alan.
Alan.
It's like one of those things in the adventure. We could have just spent about 30 minutes of gameplay trying to
Diplomacy check, please. Yeah.
find out what this person's name is, and then somebody just
Well,
says,
I
"What's
didn't
your
know what he was going to ask him. That's why I said you can try, but I figure he knows his name.
Oh, Alan, you poor dear. What an ordeal you've been through, my dear. Is there anybody else down here, or is it just you and the gentleman across the hall?
I'm
Have
Alan.
you seen anyone else, Alan, dear?
I didn't do it.
I understand. I know you didn't, and it's obvious you tried to protect yourself. What did you see? Who came in here to bother you, you poor dear?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh boy.
Well, can you tell us what happened in your own words, dear?
What happened when?
How did this artwork get on your wall?
He sort of looks over. That's always been there.
That's always been yeah.
Byron looks deeply concerned.
How long have you been in this room?
What?
How long?
What room? What are you talking about? Who are you?
Oh, well, we're friends of Dr. Brewer.
Who's Dr. Brewer?
Oh, you've forgotten.
I didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the big guy.
What's the big guy's name?
What's the big guy?
The big guy. I don't know. He comes. He cleans my room.
Oh, you're talking about
Bobby?
the nurse, Bobby.
Oh.
No.
There's
No.
another person here.
Bobby's for the rich ones.
Oh,
The poor people get our own big guy.
so you're
Oh
on.
boy.
I think we should psychoanalyze the keeper at this point. Make sure
I-
she's okay.
I think we need to find Bobby's downstairs equivalent and fast.
Yeah.
My hands hurt.
bet.
Yeah.
I have mosquito bites.
Mm.
They burn.
What should we do? I'd say we could lock this fella in, but Clark, do your keys include downstairs, or is that a separate key set?
We can check to see if I have a key that'll lock him in. Should we check the room first?
This room is labeled number 1.
But there was a one upstairs.
It does look like you have 2 number 1 keys on your ring.
Now this is alarming because that means that downstairs nurse may also have a double set of rings. And we haven't seen downstairs nurse. I wonder if that's who set the explosive up in the laundry room.
Is there more to investigate down here besides the doors? Like, is there another hallway
I
leading
think-
off or anything?
There was at the end, so you found the patient rooms. You have Leonard Hawkins in number 3. You have number 2 is vacant. Number 1 has this bloody gate and Allen. And number 4 appears to be occupied, but you didn't see the occupant. And then at the end of the hall, there was an open door. Now that you're close to it, you can kind of see that it leads into a sort of a similar reception area. It looks very similar in layout to the patient room on the ground floor. The difference down here is that because you're underground, there's no windows to the outside, and also the rooms they're clean and they're, you know, nice enough, but they're not as nice as upstairs, and they don't have their own private bathrooms.
Okay.
And then the reception area that you can kind of see through the doorway doesn't have a desk, like where you found Bobby upstairs sitting at a desk.
Right.
There's no equivalent of that down here, but it is sort of a similar shaped like entryway.
Okay.
Is there a similar dead body?
Do you want to go through the doorway and
Yes.
into the room?
I'm concerned about who this other nurse is.
Yes.
The big
Are you
monster.
doing anything with Alan or his door?
What do you guys think? Should we lock him in for his safety?
If we've got a key.
I think so. Yeah.
We'll be back with
Okay.
some pain medicine, sir.
All right, he's locked in.
Oh, this is bad if there's another set of keys.
So you went into that sort of lobby area, and you can see, so you're facing the west side of the house, and so on the south, which is your left right now, is another set of stairs leading up. If you're thinking about it, it probably is the set of stairs that you found under the lobby
Right.
Okay.
big staircase.
Yeah.
So that kind of tracks with how much distance you've come. And then on the north side, which is your right, there is an open door that appears to lead to a bedroom. And then in front of you is a closed door that has no markings on it, no number, no window, etc.
We maybe quickly look around in the bedroom, and does it look like a patient bedroom, or it looks like maybe a staff bedroom?
It does not have a number on the door. It does not have a window in the door, but if you can see, you haven't gone in, but you can kind of see through it vaguely that there's like bedroom furniture in there.
Maybe this is where downstairs big nurse is.
Yeah.
So there's no blood, there's no obvious sign of death in the.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, do we see any obvious blood on the floor without even doing a spot hidden?
Are you going into the room, or are you still just peering?
In the hallway.
No, there's no obvious signs of struggle or violence at the moment.
Yeah, we just walked
I always
in.
have to say at the moment because it's a Call of Cthulhu game.
Sure. What I'm saying, like, are there literally bloody footprints?
There are
on the
not
floor?
bloody footprints
Okay,
on the
yeah.
floor.
So starting to look like downstairs big guy may be our murderer, right?
Yeah.
So
If we see him, I'll shoot him.
Right. Maybe we should investigate this open bedroom first, just to see if anyone's hiding, and then maybe look in this other door.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with Velvet. We should just take a look in.
Okay.
Well, it's
Velvet, you
over.
are a very brave young woman. Definitely wasted.
I'm brave with everybody else walking first.
You're never peeking in a window.
I'm not doing that ever again. Velvet is a shrinking violet.
So
It
many strange personalities.
It is a somewhat messy bedroom. It's a little bit bigger than the patient rooms. It has sort of unremarkable bedroom furniture. You can see there's like a wardrobe that's a little bit open, and inside you can see nurse scrubs hanging up. They're relatively large size.
Is there? Can we open that fully? Is there someone in there?
There's nobody in the wardrobe.
Okay.
For now.
For now. It
Is there
appears to
anybody
be.
under the bed?
It appears to be unoccupied.
I'd like to look at it.
There's nothing under the bed but some dust bunnies.
Oh, that's cool.
You're looking in all these places where someone could jump out at you. You're just asking for it.
Yeah.
He's-
Velvet,
he's
take a
a-
break. Take a break. I look under the bed.
There's nothing under there but dust bunnies.
Still.
I should have invented a monster just to give you another jump scare.
That was hysterical. I'm sorry, Velvet.
There's nothing under the bed but dust bunnies.
Velvet sits on the bed and puts her head in her hand to sort of try to gain a little bit of sanity.
All right, that's fine. There doesn't seem to be much to find in this bedroom.
And there was
Okay.
another door that we still have to explore, right?
Yeah, back out into that little sort of entryway again. There was a closed door.
The scrubs didn't have like a name tag or anything on it.
Ah.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll check the other door.
Okay. It opens into a boiler room. So there's a boiler, and then you can see that there's a huge stockpile of coal on one wall.
Any
There's nobody
sign
in
of an explosion?
Looks pretty normal.
No.
Okay. Whoa.
Is there a poker or some sort of shovel for the coal?
Oh, I guess the coal, yeah, there'd be a shovel. Mm-hmm.
So we need to get.
Any of us want a shovel?
Yeah. I still have my pencil.
I think Velvet would like to trade her meekly for a shovel.
There you
Okay.
go. And
That is going to be a roll, and I'll have to figure out later what it'd probably be pretty high damage.
Yeah.
Probably 1d8, but I'll look it up and see. But yeah, you can have.
Byron, do you think so? It looks like we're looking for a downstairs big man, huh? I'm nervous because that person might also have the double set of keys like Clark has, in which case all our patients are sitting ducks. Should we try to gather everyone into one safe spot to try to protect them?
I'm not certain that they are, safe from each other. Some of these people,
Right.
Are dangerous to each other. Like we know that already, So I don't know.
Quite frankly.
Yeah, I'd rather not put Leonard in a room with anybody else right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to be anywhere near Leonard, even,
I don't blame you.
A club, so you would be 1d8 with the shovel damage, and it would be a fighting brawl roll.
Cool.
All right. Can we?
Well, weren't there more rooms upstairs? I don't think we explored everywhere upstairs.
It's now probably about, I would say, like 10:45ish, maybe coming on 11 o'clock, just to give you all an update.
Yeah.
Should we check the other rooms down
Realize
here?
it's
We
11
haven't.
p.m. I don't know if we care about that or not.
Oh, in IRL, it's also 11 p.m. Yeah.
You actually pretty close.
I was talking about game time. I'm just,
I know. We're in sync.
Well, I guess there's more rooms upstairs that I think we didn't explore.
Definitely
Was it-
upstairs by Dr. Brewer's. Maybe we should try to find the file on whoever the downstairs big guy is. At least get a name, but to
That's
be
a good
honest,
idea.
I'm concerned. What about the poor people we've drugged upstairs? For Carla and
And
how many living people do we have left?
Civil War vet.
Yeah, we have the vet,
Right.
Blanche.
Darlene.
have the list.
I'm sorry.
I don't think we took the files.
Oh,
Did we take the files? The files on all the patients?
no, I think you took Carla's file, and I think you took Catherine Ames's file, if I remember correctly.
Ames is dead. Brewer's dead. Ebenezer's dead. Bobby is dead. We have the maid dead.
Melba's dead. Yep. You
So-
assume that that's Melba, the maid.
Yeah,
Yep.
she has that top on. So of the patients, we know where Blanche is. We know where Carla is. We know where Alan and your fan is. That Leonard is.
Leonard.
So
Not mine.
we know where Colonel Crandall
Fan
is.
club.
You
Did
know
we
what?
find Henry?
You locked him in. He was the well-dressed guy that swore at you.
Okay, so
You locked him in. You locked in the vet, Colonel Billings.
Mhm. So we still have quite a few people alive, but we are missing the big nurse.
Somebody give me an idea roll who has high intelligence.
I'm pretty smart.
Oh,
Ah,
92.
not as smart as I think I am.
Womp womp.
Wow.
Now my intelligence is 70. How are you guys? Should I spend some luck?
I have
I'll roll also.
I have 75.
Can more people
Down
roll?
70.
All right.
Yeah, someone else roll. I'm just trying to get you all moving again.
And I rolled a 94.
And I rolled a 93.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Well, on ideas.
Velvet's out of ideas too. Goodness.
How
All
smart
right.
are you, Jimmy?
Jimmy?
I can't
Jimmy.
believe we're counting on
All of
Jimmy.
you seem to be
Jimmy.
stumped. And
Jimmy.
I'll tell you, my experience in training,
Oh.
basic training,
Yeah.
really tells me that when you're investigating a murder, multiple murders in an old building, you need to go usually to the bathroom because it's pretty scary.
Okay.
Because I failed too.
I better spend some luck.
Everybody's failed there.
So you don't. The idea roll is for me to try to give you a hint, basically.
Yeah.
It's not necessary to the game, but it means that you don't get the hint. So it's up to you if you. I'm not even sure you can spend luck on an idea roll.
I remember.
Okay.
Well, Velvet does remember that we didn't really give Dr. Brewer's office a thorough search.
Yes, that's true.
And also, I don't think we searched, frankly, that bedroom very well. Like, I'm assuming you said there was bedroom furniture. We did take a close look at the
empty one. The empty one?
Yeah, well, the one where we're assuming the nurse stayed, the big nurse. We didn't look through any of the drawers or anything, so maybe we could do a little bit better searching there, and then maybe look through Dr. Brewer's stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. And weren't there other rooms on the floor where Dr. Brewer's office was?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't look at those
more rooms up there too. Yeah.
We haven't
so
seen
there's probably more we can explore and find up there.
Dr. Mumpsy is deeply concerned about the safety of the patients, especially up on the other floor, because but
we don't care about Leonard.
I hear that, and if we can't, and we can't carry Alan without probably causing him further damage, but if you guys don't agree with the idea of gathering the people into one spot, then I'm kind of I'll go wherever you go.
Well,
I'm for going back to the office to search the office some more.
Okay.
So, Mumpsy, Dr. Mumpsy.
Oh, Mumpsy.
Mumpsy. Which patients specifically would you like to gather together?
Well,
I got it.
I'm concerned about all their safety.
Yes.
Because Clark's keychain has a key for upstairs and downstairs, so I'm concerned that Clark's downstairs.
Clark's keychain is the one that you obtained from Dr. Brewer's office, and so Clark. I think at some point Clark had raised the idea of going back to search Bobby, but then no one said they were doing it.
That's right. So there are other keychains around, fellas. And I'm deeply concerned that whoever is killing people will just go and kill off our patients. So,
so you think, Dr. Mumpsy, we should check on the wealthier clients to make sure they're still okay?
Well, obviously the fellow across the hall is unmanageable, but is there any way we can carry this fella with us, the injured gentleman, without damaging him?
Can he walk?
Yeah, I don't know. You think it's wise to move Alan right now?
I don't
Leaving
know
him alone is not probably a good idea either.
Well, he's locked in, but there's not much good we can, if someone else has the keys. That's my concern.
Right, but I mean, if they're together with Mumpsy, my concern is that if they're all together, somebody might still have the key unless we do something like breaking the key off in the lock or something like that.
We could stand guard.
I see. And you'd want to do that overnight and sleep till morning and see what things look like in the morning, or what?
I don't know what. I hate to sound. I am just a deeply intelligent person who will say I don't think that sunshine will bring hope. Actually, I think we are in this for the long run. But if we're not going to move the Alan, then I think we need to go upstairs, make sure the other patients are still alive, and then I guess go to Dr. Brewer's.
Okay, we can certainly check on them.
Okay, is that what you're doing?
Sure.
I don't know.
Right.
Muncie doesn't know.
Yes.
Clark and Jimmy.
Yeah, let's check on everybody before we go upstairs.
All right. So,
Yeah, Velvet, you've been in mystery films. You probably understand these things better than I do.
You know, I've only played roles where I go check the upstairs alone. This is actually nice to be able to check upstairs with everybody else.
so you are you taking the stairs up that are right across from this mysterious bedroom that probably go up to the lobby again, or are you going to go back down the hallway?
No. Let's go up
The
here.
back. Okay.
You want to go up here just to confirm that it connects?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
You're afraid to walk back, aren't you?
Yeah. Over there.
Okay, so in the absence of Dr. Reynolds, I'm assuming he's coming along. I'm sure he'll join us when he can. Coming up the stairs. So you do in fact find yourselves back in the foyer. And you have come out of the south side of that big sweeping staircase. So you're on the side of the house with the library and living room.
Mhm.
There is still a light coming from the library. If you want to go up to the office, that would be up the staircase.
Well, we haven't found Darlene yet either, have we?
I wonder if Darlene's still reading.
Ding! And there's what you would have gotten the idea roll.
Oh.
Let's
right.
check, and there's a light coming from the library. Why don't we check to see if Darlene's in there, fellas? And Velvet.
Yeah.
Velvet, you go peek it.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
She doesn't like you, Velvet, but
Well,
Byron
no,
or
because
Clark,
I-
one of you guys chatted.
Yeah, I'll address her by name now that we know her name now and see if she responds.
Yeah, she didn't like you, Velvet, huh?
You can call to her, perhaps.
What are you doing? Are you going in? Or are you?
Yeah, we'll go into the library.
All right. Well, there's the young woman still sitting on her couch. She's most of the way through the book now.
Darlene?
She looks up. What is it?
Oh, so yeah, we just wanted to know if you were okay, because it seems like it's after almost 11 o'clock, and I want.
It's 11 o'clock. Why hasn't Dr. Brewer come to put me to bed?
Yeah, Dr. Brewer is not available at
Maybe
the
doing
moment.
that anymore,
But,
yeah.
we just wanted to make sure that you were okay and perhaps secure you and your residence.
It's after my bedtime. I shouldn't be here. No one told me.
Yeah, so
We're telling you now, dear, but where is your room?
Downstairs. Don't you know? Who are you anyway? Where's Dr. Brewer?
yeah, we were invited here by Dr. Brewer, but we can see you to your room.
Okay.
He's under the weather, so he's
all right.
resting.
Does anyone want to use any skill rolls here?
Perhaps persuade.
The thing is, I'm waiting to see what Clark has in mind because I do not want to escort her past Bobby Birch. So I'll let you guys figure it out.
Oh, I didn't think about that. You think we should leave Darlene in this room?
I don't know.
Darlene, have you heard? Clark,
Can I bring my book with me to bed?
Of course. What are you reading? Is it interesting?
Dante's Inferno.
Inferno.
Oh, boy.
Well, at least it's not a book on ritual spells to raise a Charizard.
Excuse me.
I'd like to try to persuade her to come downstairs with us to
To the basement?
yeah, to her room. I've failed miserably.
Her room's in the basement?
Woman that was
No, she's not in the
disturbing
basement. She's
before.
on with the wealthier
How
patients,
big,
right?
how big is she? Does she look like someone you big, strong guys could subdue if necessary?
I mean, I suppose.
Because I'm wondering if we should have her escort us and keep her outside Dr. Brewer's office while we investigate.
Um,
Otherwise, how
She's not very. She's Average size for a woman.
I don't know what to do with poor Darlene. Darlene, what's the name of the nurse downstairs? You know the name of that big person who works
Oh,
downstairs?
you mean the attendant, Charles? Yeah, where's he?
We haven't seen him. Have you seen Charles?
I don't actually. I don't remember.
Yeah, we haven't had the chance to meet him yet.
Oh,
So that's Charles Johnson, right?
Yeah, the attendant for those of us downstairs.
Your
Yeah.
lead investigative reporter.
I have this feeling that like I can't think of it. I can't remember.
Do you normally interact with Charles, or does he strictly interact with the people downstairs?
I'm downstairs. What are you talking about?
Oh, you're downstairs as well?
Yeah.
With Alan and everyone, yeah.
Why, you gonna judge me now?
No.
No, not at all.
Because I'm not rich like Blanche.
But I thought that Darlene was listed. No, she wasn't listed on the manifest with the
No,
others. We just happened to see her. We just happened to see her patient report, right?
Mm-hmm. You found her file in the office.
Okay. Well, I don't think we shouldn't escort her downstairs.
I don't feel comfortable. I feel bad enough leaving Alan down there, much less vulnerable young woman.
Maybe I can discreetly suggest maybe we can just tell her that tonight she can stay up and read as late as she wants. And Dr. Brewer said that.
It's a thought. Is she safe here?
If somebody has keys that, I don't think she's necessarily safe in her room either.
Sure.
Well, that's tough.
Boy.
So, do you guys feel she'd be safer with us if we kept her with us somehow? Encouraged her to.
If she was willing to go walk with us.
As long as she doesn't.
What are you all talking about over there anyway?
Well, we're just wondering if, I don't even know. There was an accident in the laundry room with the door. I'm just concerned about you. Would you like to walk around with us until it's time for bed, or would you rather stay up and read?
Was it Leonard? That guy's an asshole.
Yeah, he's really rough, isn't he? No, we actually don't know what happened with the door. But,
is Leonard in bed?
Yeah.
He wasn't when we were there, but maybe he is now.
He's walking around?
No, he was in his room.
Oh.
Yeah. But would you rather stay up and read for a while? Dr.
I'm supposed to go to bed. I don't want to get in trouble if I don't go to bed at bedtime, then I lose privileges.
Oh.
I can't use the library if I don't follow the rules.
Oh, no, Dr. Brewer said tonight is special because we have company. We're all here visiting.
Have you ever been down the upstairs patient wing?
From time to time, why?
Maybe you can check if you come with us and we walk down the upstairs patient wing.
You mean the ground floor one?
The ground floor patient wing. Maybe you can tell us if you see anything unusual in the.
What is going on? What unusual?
There was some trouble with the back door. Do you know much about the back door?
The laundry?
Yeah.
You said there was an accident in the laundry?
Yeah, it would look like maybe there was some smoke or something. It's unclear to me.
Something blew up.
Yeah, maybe
I don't think she knows much about this.
So.
Unless she did it.
So why Dante's Inferno?
Interesting.
It is brilliant. Oops, sorry.
Interesting.
Okay.
Why not Dante's Inferno?
Do you like burning things?
Interesting choice. Do you like burning things? Do you have a thing
I'm
for
sorry.
burning, shriveling things?
Who are you and where is Dr. Brewer? It is 11 o'clock, you're telling me, and I'm not in bed. I'm going to get in trouble, and there's a bunch of you disturbed me earlier, and now you're asking me if I like lighting things on fire? Where's
Dr.
Dr. Brewer?
Dr. Brewer's in his office,
You can go see him.
and we can escort you to your bedroom and lock you in for the night.
I want to see Dr. Brewer.
No, you don't. You really don't.
Dr. Brewer is very under the weather, dear.
He's indisposed.
And that's one reason why you're allowed to stay up as late as you like in the library to read.
I don't believe a word you're saying. So she stands up and slams her book shut and marches off out of the library unless anyone's going to do anything to stop her.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
I'd like to follow her just to see
Yeah, what direction is she heading?
I whisper to everybody, I still got some chloroform.
She marches down the stairs that you just came up and walks. Are you still following her? Tell me if you want to do anything.
Yeah.
But she sort of walks through that area and into the hallway, past the two doors that you have locked, doesn't give them a second glance, and marches into room 4.
Oh, the one that's rumpled, right.
And slams the door shut.
Hmm.
Let's give it a quick look.
Shall we lock it and say goodnight?
Good night,
Like,
darling.
you know,
Off.
Yeah.
What did she say, piss off? We locked the door, Clark?
Yeah, we locked the door on her.
I would.
All right.
And we're just gonna hope. We're gonna hope the big guy with the other set of keys isn't gonna head down this way.
All
Shall
right.
we check on the up? Shall we check on the upstairs people?
Are you calling Charles? Charles?
Yes.
Okay. Are you down? You're still downstairs in the hallway with the patient? Leonard Hawkins starts pounding on the door again. I'm gonna get you! You just let me out of here! I didn't even get my dinner! But you don't hear anyone other than Leonard Hawkins, although he's making kind of a racket. You might not be able to.
Don't care for that.
Right. I'm following you guys.
I think the feeling is mutual.
Hmm.
Well, I guess we go back up to Dr. Brewer's office, search Dr. Brewer's office, and look at those other rooms on the second floor.
Do we want to check the ground floor patients again first, or on the way, or no?
Let's just make sure everybody's breathing. How about
Go
that?
back hallway first, or back
Everyone
staircase?
was breathing.
Yeah,
Back to the back staircase? Okay.
Back staircase, check each of the patient rooms, make sure they're locked, and then go ahead to the doctor.
Everyone is sleeping except for the colonel, who's still looking very sad in his wheelchair.
Okay, now I think we got to help the colonel.
Okay. All right. I'm good with that. Yeah.
Shall we situate him?
Yeah.
That's
Spend
fine.
20 minutes?
I mean, yeah, spend a little time. I won't make you roll. He's very frail.
The lady should stay outside. Dr. Byron, Clark, myself. Will you guys help me out?
Yeah, he smells.
Sure.
He smells like urine, and he is wearing an adult sanitary. Yeah.
We'll change his diaper and get him into bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
wash him
kind
up
of you.
as best we can.
+1 sanity point to everyone that helped him.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's kind of you.
thank you.
Okay, so he's settled. He didn't give you much trouble at all. In fact, he barely spoke. So
And he didn't turn into like a raging lunatic or anything.
no, he didn't sprout tentacles from anywhere, or no.
Well, why would he? I'm just concerned about the flamethrower.
I consider tonight a success.
Oh,
We're
Byron.
all still alive as far as we can tell.
Mhm.
All right, the office it is.
Now, Byron, as we're walking, maybe you could tell us a little bit. You seemed deeply concerned at the sight of the symbol on the wall in Alan's room, and although Mumsy has a hard time believing this stuff, she's trying to be open-minded, and who wouldn't be after a night like tonight?
So again, the symbol has to do with opening up a gate to a different dimension. Think of it as another reality, different than the one we live in now, perhaps with different laws of physics.
Oh, is it closed from what you could tell with the?
I think it's close,
symbol
but I think it's possible that that something came through that door that was opened.
And it's outside
here.
right now.
Outside is better.
That would
than
explain the
inside.
scorch marks. Perhaps
Yeah.
it gives off some sort of energy.
Yeah.
It's somewhat bizarre that woman's limbs were shriveled the way they were, as if something had sucked its life force out of her. Why would she be shriveled up and burned?
Now, Alan, the patient in that room talked about, didn't he say someone told him to do it and he would never do it again? So it looks like this Charles person. Well, thank you for your explanation, Byron. Let's get.
But as much of an explanation as I can give.
Yeah, sounds like something that you'd read about in the funny papers.
I agree with Velvet. I think that's hogwash. I think Charles did it, and we need to find this guy.
All right.
Okay.
So simply that he believes these things. It doesn't necessarily mean that is true. That he just believes that these things are real.
Well,
however, it doesn't explain the scorch marks and the
that's true. That's true. There was some fire. I mean, and it looks like it came out of the wall. So who knows?
It doesn't explain that woman's condition of her limbs.
Certainly not.
Since I've never seen anything like that.
So what is our goal? What are we going to the brewer's office?
Are we going to the brewer's office? We're going to search it some more.
But are we looking to find Charles? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we have.
Yeah, we should definitely find Charles.
Okay.
Maybe we can find his cell phone.
Where are you all going?
I think to Dr. Brewer's office. Is that correct, everybody?
Yep.
How to further sense of direction.
And I think we're going to search the other and search for anything else that's in there.
Okay. As you get into Dr. Brewer's office, you suddenly hear the faint sounds of human screams that seem to be coming from outside, actually.
We're on the second floor now.
You're on the second floor. Well, they just started as you walked in, so yeah.
Is there a window we can look out?
There is a window.
At the end of the hallway?
No, you're in the office.
Oh, in the office, right. Okay, office windows.
Can we see anything out there?
Look outside the office.
Dark out.
It is very dark because it is nearly midnight, and the office looks out towards the north of the island. And you can definitely, looking out the window, you can definitely tell that the screams are coming from far away to the north, not from the house. And there's a sort of strange red glow coming from some point to the north of the island, but it is very dark and you really can't see anything other than a red glow. And we could end on a cliffhanger there if you wanted to, because it is now 11:30.
Yeah, I guess we probably should. That must be the fire boat coming to rescue us.
Thank God.
Absolutely.
With the red lanterns.
I'm sure that's exactly what it is.
Oh my God.
That's always how
it's the Navy frigate.
Totally.
I think our friend Charles is up to no good out there.
Yeah, your friend. That's a good thought. I think Charles is playing with explosives, but I like the Navy boat idea.
Both Charles and chloroform both begin with the letter C.
They both begin CH.
Yes, or Hey, see?
The real hero tonight was chloroform.
C is for cookie. Is that what you were singing?
C is for chloroform.
Congratulations, you killed somebody tonight. So that's
we get experience for that.
Do I get experience points for that?
You're lucky I didn't make you lose sanity for that.
There was an accident, a medical
I'm a
accident.
doctor. You win some,
Yeah.
you lose some.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, that's
It's probably
right.
on our way out anyway.
Dr.
Like-
Byron is not an anesthesiologist. Let's just make that clear.
You win some, you lose some. That's what
So there you have it. Yeah, good job. You
Okay, great.
did a lot of
So,
exploration today. So
yeah. So now there's less to explore and more death to come next time.
None
Probably
of us
more
have
death.
gone insane, and none of
Yeah.
us are
Right.
dead. So good job,
Just
Clark.
that.
I'm dead.
Not more wonderful.
Mark is this close to going temporarily insane, and I'm actually really looking forward to that.
Velvet's pretty close.
That's
Yeah, Velvet needs to lose 4 more points, I think, to go insane.
Okay, temporarily, yeah. Okay.
Well, for those that see this video later on, because we only had a couple viewers on and off, I really appreciate it. This was Call of Cthulhu with Anna as our keeper. And I'm Game Master Dave. This is Game Master Ginger. Below me is Rich. And over on an angle over there is Bill.
AKA.
And Steve is with the keeper, Ginger. Thanks so much, everybody. Enjoy this and have a great night.
Take care.
All right. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.